Hello, Cooler fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at a controversial AIO. And the only reason that I'm actually showing this AIO is simply because of the fact that I bought this before, well before Gamers Nexus exposed the behavior of EK. And I thought for a while, do I really want to promote this? But it's a good product. I don't support EK whatsoever for the bad things that the leadership has done. But I'm not going to let it sit on a shelf either. This is the EK Nucleus AIO CR360 Dark. And I will put the specifications such as they are on the screen. But I'm also going to show you what's on their website. All right, so just very briefly, we'll take a look at this. The radiator is aluminum, but there's copper in the block, so you'll need to have something in there to help with that, so that you don't have corrosion, because copper and aluminum don't play together well. The pump speed is decent, but not great. Don't know about the lift or head. Fans. There's really not enough information. 72 CFMs is pretty good. It's above average. However, we don't know what the static pressure is, and the static pressure is important because these fans are blowing through a radiator, so that's disappointing. The tube are 400 millimeters, and that's good, unless you're working in a very small case, in which case it's not good. I don't see information on the bearings. That's disappointing. I really hoped to see better on here. So they try to impress you from the moment you open the box. And you can see that there's this little welcome thing, and it's trying to eat me. Ah! And instead of a cheap cardboard tray underneath, this is this nice tight foam, which is really good. So inside of this are these cards. Thank you. And if they want to see your masterpiece, and they want you to have you register to get an additional year of warranty. And then they take great pride in having amazing relationships with the community. And as with many other companies, you get stickers. Oh, okay. It's all a little bit of wasted money there, but at least you get the stickers. And then you have this nice, thick, multilingual manual, which has specifications. So maybe we'll learn a little bit from this, and instructions for installation. Let's see. Anything useful? Fluid dynamic bearings for the fans, but no static pressure. And the RPMs are 500 to 2300. And the pump, nope. In fact, yeah, there's nothing extra there either. So that's disappointing, but I guess I can't say I'm really surprised, because a lot of these companies in the consumer side of things don't like to provide important information, and I guess EK is one of them. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start looking at the AIO by starting with the fans. And they do not come installed on the radiator, and they have the pigtail tied down because, well, if you want to daisy chain these on the radiator, then this is the best way to handle it. Additionally, they use non-standard connectors. I'm not sure if these are JST connectors, but they're 8-pin, although they don't, well, maybe they do. They have 8 wires going in, and then on the other end is the male. So that's male and that's female, and so you can daisy chain them right on the radiator. So that's good, except what if you wanted to use this on a different device? maybe a case. Well, I would guess that if there is a solution, it's in this mysterious orange box. And indeed, another high-class addition to justify their costs. And, oh my God, they went over the top on this. Look, I'm all for using heavy foam to keep things from getting damaged. But this is mounting material. It doesn't need it. This is just a waste of money. It looks great, but it's a waste of money. So we do have right here a PW. Oh, okay. So this is the adapter. So this goes from the 8-pin, this is a male, to the 4-pin PWM connector. So you've got one of those. So you can daisy chain them and then attach them somewhere else. And then you also get these knurled nuts with springs in them, as well as, what are these? These are, I've never seen a bolt like this. It's got threading on both ends, and it's got a plastic knurled nut in the middle. Well, not really the middle, but you know. And then they've also got 8 of those. I'm not sure if they're, they seem to be 2 different sizes also. Here are the other ones. And they've got their, let's see, EKTIM ectotherm. That's thermal paste. And we've got a bunch of radiator bolts to attach to the radiator. Attach to the fans, I mean. And a whole bunch of other bolts in there. Yeah, they really, I don't know, I guess they figured, well, let's make the box a little bit longer and then we can add on all this stuff. They also provided this, which is a tool. I believe that it is a tool for all these funny looking bolts with no heads. And this is the knurled, the knurled nut and screw. At least I think that's a nut. Maybe I'm just nutty. And finally, let's look in here and see what we've got. This is, yep, okay. I was starting to wonder where the mounting material or mounting frames are. And there are 4 in here. So that's good. I can't get the other one out. It's shy. The other frame is not willing to come out. Come on. It's okay. They're not going to be angry if you are. I know your hair isn't done right. Okay, there you go. That's an unusual looking one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. I don't know why that one was so shy. Its hair looked fine. You guys couldn't tell that his hair was messy, could you? See, you didn't have anything to worry about. Everybody said it was fine. I tell you, sometimes these prima donna products, they're so prima donna. Anyways, I'm going to put this away. You know, on the forums, they always used to talk about the EK products, and that's changed. So, here we go. And this is dark for a reason. There's no ARGB on this product whatsoever, which is why I chose it. I prefer to, when possible, buy devices that don't have the lights on them. But oftentimes it's cheaper to buy those than the ones that, to buy the ones with the lighting is cheaper than the ones that don't have lighting. So it's kind of a backwards thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen.
Okay, minimum speed. Pretty quiet. There's a low hum. And that low hum is actually pretty penetrating at this distance. harmonic resonance. There's a very faint one. Another. Another. Here's another. And that's maximum speed.
So, at maximum speed, the static pressure is a little bit more than 1 millimeter of water. And again, this is my hand, not a technical manometer, so it's just an approximation. The air does cone out somewhat, but yeah, a little bit over 1 millimeter. Once I get my manometer completed, I'll be able to give you a precise measurement. All right, so this is not something I would recommend for a radiator at this point in time. No. Once I've done my testing, I may have a different conclusion to draw. But right now, that's what I have to say about that. And here is the water block. The tubing does rotate on the water block. It has a PWM connector. I don't know why it's PWM, but okay, whatever. I guess that gives you the option of choosing between PWM and just having it run at a constant speed, which is better for the pump. So, on this, it's the newer model. I'm not sure about this one. It's all wrapped up in plastic. But the newer model, oh, okay. You can take this off and rotate it. So it allows you to satisfy your OCD so that the emblem, the logo of the company EK, which is Edvard Koenig, is always oriented the right way, which is that is the correct way with the, yeah. Okay. The nicely sized copper plate is already ready to go with pre-applied thermal paste. Additionally, there is a refill port right there in case you want to flush and fill or you need to top it off. And aside from that, I mean, there are little subtle touches like the edge of the pipes coming out of the radiator here have the metal exposed, so you see that little flash of silver. But other than that, there's not much else to tell on that side of things. Let's listen to this.
I can hear some air in there. A lot of air. I was expecting that because I've had the water block above the radiator all this time while I was talking to you. So this is normal, even though it sounds horrible right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around so that the water block is at the bottom where it should be. And that should resolve the problem. Should. Come on. Huh. Interesting. Well, this is not what I expected. I'm still hearing noise. I shouldn't be. Now, from a distance, it's pretty quiet. It has settled down somewhat now. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's still louder than I had expected, but at this distance, I can't really hear it. Let's go ahead and see how well the fan can actually pump the air through the radiator.
I've got the exhaust side against the radiator, almost exactly where it would be if it were screwed in. Well, there is some air getting through. Not as much as I had hoped to feel, but there is some. I guess I can't be surprised given that the static pressure didn't seem to be that great, but it's not bad. It's definitely more than I had hoped for. So that's okay. That's encouraging. Sometimes fans can have less static pressure with because the radiator and fan have been optimized for each other. And I don't understand how that works exactly, but apparently it's a thing. And in some of the testing I've done with a heatsink and fans, I've noticed that there does seem to be a difference in performance depending on which fan I was using. And I used 15, 20 different fans to see what would happen. So these retail for about $130 right now, at least on their website. And I kind of feel like that's a bit on the high side. So if you can get it for under $100, I think it'd be better. The lower you can get it, the better, obviously. And if you have a really hot CPU, you'll probably end up wanting or needing to switch out the fans for something stronger. If you can find them, the EK Meltemi is very, very strong. If you don't care about which brand it is, there are lots of options out there that are stronger than these fans. But it seems like it's a decent water cooler. I know from having seen reviews of it that it performs really, really, really well. So I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. Another thought, if you're doing AMD, you'll want to get an offset frame. I think it was starting with AM3, if I'm not mistaken, and then AM4 and AM5 now. You need an offset frame because the CPU, instead of the processing chips being in the middle, are located at the bottom. And so if you don't have an offset frame that adjusts the positioning of the center of the cold plate over those lower chips, then it's going to be harder for many water and air coolers to properly cool off that CPU. If you're using Intel and you have a really hot CPU, I would suggest getting a bend correction frame, a BCF, and that will also make a difference for some people. So yeah, I look forward to testing this along with all the other ones and see how it ranks. And thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Need to ask for your help. I'm sorry. On December 11th, 2024, Amazon terminated me and used false accusations against me. And on December 17th, I had my left shoulder operated on. I'm getting a lot better. I can do some things with my hand and my arm, but it's still pretty limited. If you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications for my channels, that would really help. If you want to help me financially and you can afford to, you can go to my Glenn's Fast Reviews and you can do a super thanks as a donation there. If you want to donate on a monthly basis, you can become a member there. Or you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say thank you to bleepingcomputer.com for allowing me to post messages on their forum about my videos. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit them. They offer a lot of wonderful resources for people who are using computers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.